Hello everybody, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you about a new knife that I've been testing already, the Reindeer 11 from Marttiini. Now I will do a close-up in a minute, but I can tell you already, this knife keeps surprising me. I mean, I bought it as a camp knife and I wanted to see what it can do, but it is quickly becoming one of my favorite knives, and I'll show you why. Okay guys, so this is the Reindeer 11 in its sheath. As you can see, it's a beautiful sheath. It's not the thickest leather. It's got one rivet here. It's got some, how do you call these things? See-through thingies, so you can see the handle. It's got a nice dangler. Also not the thickest leather, but it's okay, all riveted, so it doesn't come off. So it rides a little bit low, which is nice, and well stitched. So all in all, I would say the quality is nice. Doesn't have a drain hole. Doesn't come with one. Now the knife sits in really tight. I can tell the sheath, by the way, has a plastic insert all the way up to here approximately. So here is a plastic insert and here is not, obviously. The knife, so it's called the Reindeer 11 because it also has a 13 centimeter variety. This is the 11 centimeters, which I think is a good size for a camp knife. Now the handle is made of, I believe it's birch. I don't know. The specs are at the end, by the way. So if you want to see all the specs, just skip to the end and you can check it out. What is nice about this handle is that it is nice and thick, a little bit like, almost straight, but it's really nice and voluminous. I have extra large hands and I can grab it really nice. I got some room left. It's got some reindeer antler here as a pommel, and it has some antler drawings at the handle, giving it a nice detail. It's got a finger guardy thingy here, and the blade is also really beautiful. It's got a ricasso there, and nice shiny the steel, by the way, is X46 chrome 30-ish, and of course a nice candy grind. So the blade is about 11 centimeters or a little over 14 inch, and it's about 0.11 inch thick, and that equals about I don't know, I hope it sharpens, 2.7 millimeters. So it's under 3 millimeter thick, which I think is just perfect for a camp knife. Now, as for comparison, if you want to know, because the handle, I almost forgot, the handle is something you need to see, because it is like a little bit of sort of like an oval shape with a little bit of a bump here, and so it's not completely oval in that sense, but it has about that shape. And maybe you have already seen that in another knife, and that is the Helle Viking. It has the same oval shape handle, and of course it's also a stick tang. And here for comparison, you can see the handle of the Viking being a lot thinner, a lot smaller, and the blade even being a little bit shorter, so it even looks like a small knife here, although by no means it is. But the handle of the Reindeer 11 stands out right away, which is nice and voluminous. Another knife that you might consider in this category, although the Helle Viking of course is a little bit more expensive with about 110, and I think the Helle Zigmund is even a little bit more expensive. But as you can see, let's do it like this. The Helle Zigmund comes a little bit closer in terms of the handle, a little bit smaller blade, so maybe this is the right order. And maybe another Marttiini knife for people that say, I want something similar but a lot cheaper. This is the Lynx 129, and let me just put it there. You can see that it is, in terms of the blade, a very similar blade indeed. It has the same steel, I believe, although I'm not 100% sure, but it has the same ricasso thingy. It has the same point that goes up a little bit, and it has still a very decent handle. So there you have some comparisons. All right, let's get to some food prepping. I already used this knife a little bit in Sweden, doing the feta sticking and so on. So what you're going to see later in the video, I already did, but it's still really sharp. Now, I don't know if that holds up after all the cutting we're going to do now, but we'll check it later. Okay, so first, since the knife is pretty sharp, I just want to see how it does with food prepping. And obviously we're gonna just try some things. And this knife being so sharp, let's start with a tomato. And you know, it can really cut really nice. Yeah, I mean, it's sharp, so of course it can cut. But it's a Scandi, and those don't really do well with food prepping. But as you can see, let's do an onion. The thing is, of course, you don't want it to split the food too much. And I can tell you that it cuts pretty decent. Potato. Now that is usually where you start to feel a little bit of a trouble. And this one is no exception. You feel that it wants to split a little bit. So it's definitely not the best, but maybe if I take the Helle Viking for a minute there, which is significantly thicker, I mean, you really feel that this one is really struggling to dig through, where this one, being a little bit thinner, does go a lot easier. All right, so I mean, it can cut food pretty decent, yeah. I got this wood from a while ago from the street, so it's definitely pretty dry. I mean, very dry wood. So I just want to see how it goes, but it really wants to go in. I mean, it's a really... Whoa, that wood is so dry that it's unbelievable. And still it wants to dig in. So yeah, I mean, if it is, this would have, it's been in my living room, standing somewhere in the corner for, I don't know, half a year. It really is dry as hell. So if it can do this, it can definitely do something with wood from the street or fresh from a tree. But why I also do that is I want to see what the edge does. Yeah, because if it can handle this. And I already did some batoning with it, like I told you. And some carving outside. Alright, well, as you can see. So let's have a look at the edge. But... I don't know, it's still pretty decent. I can't see anything very wrong with it. Let's just do a little bit of this. Oops, sorry for the noise. Yeah. So like, maybe you wanna get down into the wood a little bit. Sorry again. Like, okay, let's look at the edge again. The edge is still fine. Now I know this is not maybe representative of years of hard work, but you know, it just shows that this blade can handle a little bit of stress. So just to be sure. Okay, still sharp. Now let's do the ropey thingy. Coconut rope. I mean, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The ropes. 1, 2. Okay, just to be sure. Okay, sorry, you have to get a new piece of paper. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm already at 30-ish, and it's still 1,
2, 3, 4, 5,
6. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Gonna take more of them. Just hacking through them. Take 3 of these, 4 of these. Stack them all together. All right. Let's see. I just wanted. Whoa. Still sharp. So I'm around 40-ish, cutting through that coconut rope, and it's still like sharp as crazy. So I don't think I'm gonna finish it now. I'm gonna do that off camera and then see how long I can keep this up. One more thing I want to test. I have a piece of cardboard and just go like. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's check the paper. All right. It is struggling a little bit, but still. Let's go and fillet some fish. I usually don't fillet fish. This one is already gutted, so we should be able to make a fillet. So we just cut it like this. And then, I believe, you have to move over the, like so. And then, well, oh, the thing is really sharp. Final piece. Oh, okay. All right. It's definitely not the best work ever, but as you can see, it's pretty decent. 2 fillets, gets the bone out, and I think it really did well. This one was already, the scales were already off, so, but maybe with the 90-degree spine you get to scrape that off. All right, well, let's go to the next test. Let's see if it throws sparks. Ooh, burns. All right. I hope that was visible. I think it was. But it throws sparks. Not ooh, it burned in. Oh no, it's wiped. It wipes off. All right, so it doesn't throw sparks like the best of the best, but definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. All right. Let's see if the Reindeer 11, the Pailakka, can do a little bit of batoning. It's more like a camping knife, of course, but you know, just so we know if it can handle it. Okay. A little bit thicker. I think this one is a little bit. Let's see. Here it goes. I don't feel any problems. Last one. This is as thick as I would go. Definitely not any thicker, but just so you can do it. And also very easy, let's split this one down. Alright, quite impressive. It's got a nut there, let's do some feather sticks. Really beautiful. Okay. All right. Okay, so the Pailakka or the Reindeer 11. Now, like I said, this knife keeps surprising me for the price. I mean, this is around $70. You can get it cheaper, like 50 to 100, but you know, for the price, this really is a phenomenal camping knife, and it can even do decent bushcraft stuff. You know, beside the heavy batoning and stuff. I don't think, you know, a stick tang is particularly suited for that, but that is not what this was made for. So I think as an alternative to some Mora knives or other knives, I mean, yeah, they are still cheaper, but you get a really beautiful knife with some pretty nice details, some natural products, and the knife really feels comfortable in the hand. So you really get a beautiful knife from Marttiini, from Finland, and it's really worth checking out. So I hope it helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps out. And see you for the next video. All right.